At first we're going to go ahead and go back to the, we might add some cinnamon to it. Also, I like to add cinnamon. So, depending on where we end up there. And go to the next one, please. Okay, with this in mind, our apple, we'll go ahead and get started on your fraction sheets. Everybody has them in front of you. I want you to divide it. I have, can we turn that? Okay, this is an apple, a whole apple right here. Let's erase some of the added stuff that I put up here. This is a whole apple. So if I were to write that in a mathematical expression, how could I write that? Christine?
1/2.
That's 1/2?
1 whole.
1 whole. How do you write 1 whole?
1 over 1.
Yeah, 1 over 1 is fine. Or just 1. Or just 1. You can put equals 1. Okay, so if your parent help us, we'll go ahead and take your apples and slice through them. So you just take the apple and you're just going to cut it. How many pieces do you have, Devin?
2.
2. So, like this?
Yes.
And how would I write that?
1/2.
1/2? So this whole thing is 1/2? Or is this 1/2 and this 1/2?
Yeah.
Yes? So if I have, let me go over here, I'm left-handed, sorry. 1/2 plus 1/2, correct? Okay, 1/2 plus 1/2 equals how many halves? 1 plus 1 is? Shannon?
2.
2. Do we change the denominator?
No.
No. When they have like denominators, you leave it the same. Because it tells you how many pieces there are in the puzzle. This puzzle has 2 pieces and 2 tops. So 2 halves equal 1 whole. And that equals 1 apple, correct? Anyone have any questions so far? No? Yes?
I have a question. Isn't that 2 over 2 is 1?
Yes, exactly. Because 2 over 2, any number over itself is equivalent to 1. So if 2 over 2 equals 1. So 2 halves create 2 over 2, which equals 1. So if we push these back together, we get our whole apple again, don't we?
Yeah.
That's the same as this.
Yes.
So if we were to compare 2 halves to 1 whole, they would be equivalent, wouldn't they? They would be the same.
Yes.
Okay, take your halves and let's cut them in half again. So now it should be cut this way and then one more time this way. How many pieces do you have, Devin?
4.
Correct, 4. So how many pieces are in the puzzle?
4.
4. So our denominator is going to be 4, correct? Because the bottom number of a fraction tells you how many pieces are in the puzzle. Okay? So now I have 4/4. Does anyone see a pattern here? What does 4/4 equal? Ooh. Kimberly.
1 whole.
1 whole. So we're cutting up our apple, but we keep coming back with 1 whole apple, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah. And we still keep coming back with 80 calories of good, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're getting smaller, aren't we?
Yep.
Because the smaller we get, the quicker we get to smaller, the faster we get to yogurt. Okay, so take each of those pieces and cut each one of those in half again. And what do you end up with? Michael?
8.
8. Very good. So there's 8 pieces of our puzzle. And let me get this correct or they'll send me back to kindergarten if I don't close my 8. 8. 8 pieces of the puzzle. But if we put them all back together, what do we end up with? What do we end up with? If I put
8 over 8.
8 over 8. And 8 over 8 equals?
1 whole.
1 whole apple. So we can have a lot of fun with 1 apple. We can learn how to do math. We can learn our healthy nutrition. We can learn history, art, language. It's a never-ending fountain from God. So go ahead and finish your worksheets. You guys can go ahead and color them in when you're done. I do want you to write at least 2 equivalent fractions on the bottoms, showing that you do understand it. And then we will continue chopping the apples. The parents will chop them, add the yogurt and some cinnamon, and we'll pass them out for you.